In this video, I wanted to discuss about 8086 assembly language programming. Why assembly language programming? Organization of 8086 microprocessor, assembly language syntax, data representation, variable declaration. These points to be discussed in this video. What is a machine language? Set of functions, instructions the machine can execute. Otherwise, the machine can understand only ones and zeros. That language is nothing but machine language. Assembly language. Assembly language consists of alphanumeric equivalent of machine language. Mnemonics more human oriented than ones and zeros. The mnemonic language is nothing but assembly language. An assembler is used to translate, otherwise to convert assembly language into machine language. Why? Because the machine can understand only machine language only. Therefore, we need an assembler for converting assembly language to machine language. Why assembly language programming? We can choose this assembly language faster and shorter programs. Compilers do not always generate optimum code. Instruction set knowledge is important for machine designers. Compiler writers must be familiar with the details of machine language. Small controllers embedded in many products. Before going to discuss the program, we must know the instruction set of the 8086, the memory of 8086, then what are the registers are associated with the 8086 microprocessor. This is the architecture of 8086, the CPU and memory. If you observe here, the CPU is 16-bit CPU, you know already. The memory, the data is transferred between the CPU and memory with the help of a 20-bit address bus and 16-bit data bus along with the control bus. These are the CPU registers. I already discussed in the register organization also. There are 14 registers, 16-bit registers. Those are again AX accumulate register, BX base register, CX count register, DX data register. Again, these registers are split into two parts: AHCL, BHBL, CHCL, DHDL. Pointer and index registers. There are two index registers: source index register, destination index register. There are three pointer registers are there: stack pointer, base pointer, instruction pointer registers. There are four segment registers are there: code segment register, data segment register, stack segment register, extra segment register. Different flags are there: zero flag, sign flag, parity flag, carry flag, overflow flag. Coming to how to execute and how to fetch an instruction. Initially, the program counter or instruction pointer, it holds the address of the next instruction to be fetched. The instruction register stores the instruction fetched from the memory. Then how to execute this process? Read the instruction from memory addressed by PC, increment the program counter, execute fetched instruction in IR, and repeat this process. If you observe here, how to fetch the data or how to fetch the instruction before execution. Here PC, let us take the contents of PC are 4000. The contents of 400 are transferred to IR. Assembly language syntax. Program consists of statement per line. Each statement is an instruction or assembler directive. Name or label, operation, operands, and comments. Now we'll discuss these fields one by one. Name field. User for instruction labels, procedure names and variable names. Assembler translates these names into memory addresses. Names are 1 to 31 characters including letters, numbers and special characters. Names may not begin with a digit. If a period is used, it must be first character. Then the second field, that is operation. This field specifies, this is a symbolic opcode. Symbolic opcode translated into machine language opcode. For example, the opcodes are move, add, sub, inc, etc. are the examples of the operation field. Then assembler directive. Assembler directive is a pseudo operation code. This should not be translated by machine code. Simply tells this assembler directive tells the assembler to do something. The next field is operation field. This operation field specifies data to be acted on what? For example, NOP, no operation. Increment AX, the AX will be incremented by 1. Add AX, comma 2. For example, NOP, there is no operand. Increment AX, one operand is there. Add AX, comma 2, two operands are there. Here, 0 operand instruction, 1 operand instruction, 2 operands. These are the operation fields. The comment field, the last field is comment field. A semicolon makes begin of a comment. A semicolon in the beginning of a line, it makes a comment line. Good programming practice dictates comment on every line. We will see some one of the example. Move cx comma 0 semicolon move 0 to cx. That means it tells, otherwise the comment, what is the instruction or what is the instruction performs, that will be specified in the comment. Coming to data representation. Here the numbers, decimal numbers, binary numbers, hexadecimal numbers or octal numbers will be declared like this. For example, decimal 11011, binary 11011. The difference between the first one and second one is, the first one is the decimal number, the second one is the binary number. If you are not given any character of that number, that will be treated as decimal. For example, the fifth one, if you observe 1 comma 2 3 4 is a illegal, that means it will not be allowed. Similarly, hexadecimal number, if you observe 1b4dh, the sign numbers are represented using 2's complement characters. These characters must be enclosed with a single or double quotes. The ASCII equivalent for the capital A is 41, the ASCII equivalent for the small a is 61. Like that, the characters will be displayed. Then, the value of the content register or memory is dependent on the program. Let, for example, AL is equal to FFH. It represents unsigned number 255. Similarly, H is equal to 30H, BL is equal to 80H, like that. Next, variable declaration. Each variable has a type and assigned a memory address. What is a type? Here, for example, data defining pseudo ops or pseudo opcodes. DB, that is defined byte. DW, defined word. DD, defined double word, that is 2 consecutive words. TQ, defined quad word, that is 4 consecutive words. DT, defined 10 bytes, 5 consecutive words. Each pseudo op can be used to define one or more data types of a given data. For example, if you wanted to define your data as a only bytes, you can use DB, only words you can use DW, like that the remaining will be used. How the byte variables will be assigned? For example, name, space db the value. For example, I space db4. That means there is a I is indicated or initiated with a value 4. J space db question mark. Define a variable j with initialized value. Name db with double quotes course. Allocate a 6 bytes for name. KDB 5, 3, 2 allocate 3 bytes. If you observe here in this diagram how the 3 bytes are allocated for K. Similarly, how the word variables will be allocated. For example, IDW4. I actually only 4 you have given. The higher order is 0, 0. The lower order is 0, 4 like that. Similarly, DD, how the defined double word. For example, 1 F E 2 A B 20 H. Then first the lower order, that is 20, next AB, next E2, next 1F. That means DD means double word, two consecutive words. That means 4 bytes. It occupies 4 bytes. Some name constants we will discuss here. Equate. Equate is a pseudo op used to assign a name to the constant. For example, if you wanted to assign a name to a particular constant, you can use this EQU. This is one of the assembler directive. For example, LF EQU 0AH. Then what happens whenever you have used EQU, that is equal to 0AH. Coming to DUP operator. It is used to define arrays whose elements share common initial value. Names DW 200 DUP question mark. Allocate an array of 200 uninitialized words. Two equivalent definitions. For example, line DB 543 DUP 23 DUP like that. Then the line will be like this. Line DB 542. Then 23 or 000 like that. That will be allocated. Declaration of numbers, arrays, string and message. Numbers. Here num db space 23. Num refers a byte storage location with 23. Then how the array will be declared. Array. Any consecutive locations of the same size can be called an array. AR means the array name. DB means the type of the array. Next, the elements separated by comma. This is the simple allocation or the simple representation of an array. Array name, then type, then each of the elements separated by comma. For example, the array type I have taken here DB. You can take DW or DD or whatever may be. Next, coming to string. Here the string. String can be defined as follows. strdb with single quotes bvc ec. That is the string representation. The first one is how to represent the individual numbers, then arrays, then string. Finally, how to declare or how to represent a message. Message name db 0ah 0dh comma with double quotes. The message to be displayed comma dollar with single quotes. These are the four types of declaration. The first one is numbers, the second one is array, third one is string, the fourth one is message. Based on our requirement, either we can use individual declaration or either we can use array declaration, either we can use string declaration, either we can use message declaration. Based on the program to be written, we can decide what is to be written, either numbers to be written or array to be written or string to be written or message to be written. For example, I have given one problem or one program, that is addition of two numbers n1 and n2. Simple number declaration is enough. For example, I wanted to given a problem like ascending order or descending order, you must take arrays. For example, compare strings, you can use string declaration. For example, you wanted to display some message somewhere, you can use this message. Okay, thank you.